Okay, we're live.
Yeah.
Also, a little better if we stick to English, because there are a lot of people who cannot relate to Hindi. कुछ आया?
अरे नहीं
Okay. Yeah, this is. Hi. Okay, we have people coming in. We'll just wait for 5 minutes so that. Hi, Arindam, Snidhi, Ashutosh, Puneet. Hi. No problem, Jayant. We'll just wait for 5 minutes and let people join in, and then we'll start with the questions. Hi, Vivek. Hi, Ankan. Hi, Amit. I do not have a computers, and do not have bachelor's in computers. For everyone asking. Hi, Praveen. Hi, Amit. Hi, Poonam. Yeah, I'll introduce him in like a minute. We'll take questions in like 5 minutes. Just wait, not even 5 minutes, like 3 minutes. Let people join in so that we have a larger audience. Hi, Srinidhi. Hi, Hari. What's up, guys? Hopefully the internet's working fine. Amit, if you cannot hear us, just refresh the page. It works out fine almost all of the times. Just I can hear you. Okay. Thanks, Pawan. No, I didn't, Lokesh. Not yet. Hi, Siddhant. We did not celebrate Dashera. We'll just wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start. So anyone who's from mechanical can ask a lot of questions because this guy's from mechanical department at Purdue. Sandeep. Yes, Srinidhi. No problem. Probably next week I'll bring somebody from either industrial or computer science, so that everybody has a chance to ask their kind of questions. Okay, let's take in the questions now. Hi, Shrestha. Bring on whatever questions you have, if anything related to MS or if anything related to mechanical. Ashutosh, no, there's a lot of more things, and there's that market is already saturated with stuff. Computer science, please. Okay, like you can ask more generic questions. You can ask mechanical related problems as well, because so I'll introduce him. He's Nikhil Sharma. He's from mechanical department. He'll talk the rest. Tell your GRE score, what you're studying here, and where are you from.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Nikhil. I'm from Shimla. I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, completed my bachelor's in 2015. For 2 years, I then worked in Mahindra. I was specifically in R&D department for 2 years. After that, I came here to join in mechanical engineering in Purdue. GRE, I had 322. TOEFL, I had 105.
320 is sweet.
And apart from that, yeah, these were two things. I had letter of recommendations, one from my company, my immediate manager, because I couldn't tell anyone else. So, and two from my university professors. So that's it. And currently I am here.
Yeah. Okay. Um, After completing our MS from USA, we get extra year to stay there. Yeah, you get 1 year, and if you get sponsored in that time, then you get three more years. So the total, no, you get a total of 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. So in that 3 years, you can apply for visa renewal, and you get three lottery chances.
Three lottery
Three
chances.
lottery.
I guess it might change now.
Maybe because of the Trump. Maybe. What is
I-20 amount? I-20 amount was around
43 for
40,
me?
44, yeah, 44,000 US dollars. Semester fees 15,000 US dollars, and it has been freezed for, I guess, 3 4 years.
Yeah, it has been the same since 2013.
13, yeah.
Yeah. Scope of material science from Purdue.
Yeah, exactly. It has a lot of scope, but in the end, it comes down to what exactly do you want to do after materials. I mean, Purdue, as far as industry is concerned, it has good reputation for research in material science, because aerospace department of Purdue is really, really great, and most of the research that happens there is in the field of material science, not only just aerospace, even in mechanical. So yeah, it has a scope, but it depends what kind of scope you are talking about.
So probably if you want to go for PhD, later
yeah,
on, then
then definitely.
then definitely. How's renewable energy sector in Purdue? Do you have any idea?
It's not that much, I would say, explored. Reason being that most of the study here is on the you will definitely find studies and research groups working on solar cells or uh, batteries, but they are more inclined towards the chemomechanics, not exactly in wind turbines or that kind of thing.
Yeah. So even for us, as a person related to civil, so we have building retrofitting courses and stuff, but it's not that much. And US is not towards renewable energy sources yet. At least Tesla is doing something, but I think Europe is
Europe
way
very,
ahead.
very ahead. I mean, especially Netherlands, the Dell,
Yeah.
it's really good.
What are the chances of MS in Industrial Engineering, GRE 317 and TOEFL 107?
We
Do you
don't
know?
exactly,
No.
we can't judge, because the reason is that you never know what the universities is asking.
Looking
Because
for
a lot of my
statement
friends,
of purpose also matters a lot.
everything matters. I mean, a friend who has nearly same profile as me and he was working with me, he didn't get any admit from Purdue and he got admit from UC Berkeley. So it really depends what university is looking for. So you cannot specifically quantify on the basis of TOEFL or GRE. They do add to your profile, but in the end, every university has a separate criteria.
Does grad percentage play an important role?
It does play in case you don't have that much
GRE
score and TOEFL score, and if you don't have any kind of good project experience, maybe you don't have done that much impactful
work.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you have work experience, that can be compensated. But if you have you are coming straight out of your bachelor's and you don't have that much good CGPA, so because CGPA is the only thing that university looks
filter out.
To filter out. It's more kind of a filter thing, and they want to keep it above 7.5 and 8.
Yeah.
And it becomes sometimes a problem, because every university in India has different kind of, and all over the world have different kind of criteria for CGPA. Some have relative, some have absolute.
Yeah. So I was talking to Manjeet last time. He had a GPA of around 6.8, but his GRE score was 320. He published a lot of papers. That is why he came to Purdue. It's all relative.
It gets compensated.
What matters more, college brand or ROI of college?
College brand, until unless you are from IIT, I don't think it matters a lot. I mean, for NIT, a bit. Very, very,
NIT,
very bit.
BITS, NIT, and IIT.
IIT, yeah. And because in the end, they just see at your recommendation, and recommendation from which professor who is recommending you. What are his citations in Google Scholars and
what average fund is required for MS? So our I-20 amount is $43,000, which comes up to around 30,000. Our fees comes out around 40 lakh rupees for 2 years.
Yeah.
But it depends. You can you can cut down your. He's doing a greater job, so you can cut down your expenses for the weekly or the monthly expenses way down.
Apart from that, after second or third semester, you get chance for TA, RA.
Yeah, you get a chance, but yeah, person
it's not
has
surety.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to work hard, and most of people don't get. Most get. I mean, it all depends on what you want. In the end, it's just that opportunities are a lot.
It's how you grab them.
Yeah.
Tell something about CFD, What is
No,
CFD?
no, no. CFD in aerospace engineering. Yeah, exactly. There's
CFD is what?
a competition fluid dynamics.
Okay.
So there's a lot of work that is going in Purdue right now in field of CFD, especially in aerospace. I'm taking a course of FEM, so I know that the professor who's teaching, he's a very good professor. And apart from that, even in mechanical, you'll find that most of the professors have a very much related to CFD. But in the end, it boils down to what kind of CFD are you interested in? Because in CFD, you want to be specifically in numericals or you want to club them with experimental results. But yeah, CFD has a very good, I would say, hold. Purdue has a very good hold in terms of CFD.
Hey guys, how's it going? I want to know job opportunities for an aerospace. Puneet, I had a friend called Akash. I think he already talked to somebody at Purdue. He mailed them, and the professor told him that there is no opportunities for international in aerospace. It's if even if there is, it's very slim.
Yeah.
That is why mostly people either go for industrial or either go for mechanical rather than going for aerospace, because aerospace is specific, and government doesn't give out jobs to
Even
any
in the
immigrants.
companies like we had industrial fair, so Tesla did come here to hire
But they can't, right?
people in
SpaceX
SpaceX. SpaceX specifically told that they will not
hire international.
and that company, the Tesla, came here for quality engineering and analytics. And there was one another NASA Jet Propulsion Lab did come here, and they said that they will hire international graduates, given that you are top of your class and you have done some extraordinary work.
So it's like if you have that kind of capabilities, so that they can invest in you and they can take that risk with you.
Yeah.
In one interview, Alan, he can hire immigrants if they have green card. So how can a green card is considered as a citizen, like a partial citizen of that country? Probably that is why. How much should I need to GRE Mech at Purdue? So he asked, do you know anyone who has a lower score than you?
I mean, I have seen people who had 314, I think 314, 312. Okay. But in the end, it depends, because out of 10, if you give the weightage for GRE, I guess it would be 0.5 or maximum 1. So rest 9 marks depend on rest of your profile.
Yeah. How much should I? Okay, wait. How to choose MS or ME?
See, the thing is, the best part about MS with thesis and ME without thesis.
Oh, okay.
So the best part about Purdue is that you come here, and here you can decide if you want to do your thesis or continue with ME. You come here, you see what are the professors they are working on. In the meantime, you decide if you want to pursue MS or not. So that thing you can do once you come here, in order to see what kind of thing you are looking for. If you want to go specifically in industries, you will go for ME. If you want to continue research and go into R&D or PhD, then MS.
Yeah, I think like one great thing about US international universities that they give a lot of flexibility to every student, that they can choose courses from various departments. They can switch between majors. For example, just he mentioned that if you want to go for thesis or non-thesis course. Even for me, I had in my bachelor's degree electrical engineering for 1 year, and then I switched to civil engineering. So yeah, there's flexibility. It's not like not like Indian, where if you go for electrical, you'll have to stick to electrical for 4 years. How many projects did you do, Kunal? For whom is from, like, who are you asking this question to? Is it hard to get intern there as a foreign citizen? Okay, we missed a lot of questions. Okay. Yeah, you tell your IR experience, I'll tell my.
It depends, actually. You know, the situation is completely different as compared to India, because the problem is that most of the companies, they want to hire interns because they want to keep them permanent in later on.
Yeah.
And mostly that's why only the companies they know who know that they will be able to sponsor people later on, they hire internationals. The Purdue has a very good thing is that the Cummins is nearby. Cummins is a very great and very huge company, and it hires people from literally every branch. So that's a positive thing, and they do hire a lot of internationals. So international opportunities are good.
Yeah.
I won't say they are not that much good, but yeah.
Yeah, but I like to share one experience. I had a list of 186 companies with me for career fair as a BCM career fair, and when I was looking at the companies which sponsor H1B, it came down to 68 or 70. In those 68 and 70, I talked to probably 20, at least 15 to 20 companies, and 5 of them told me that they are not taking international interns anytime soon. So we have narrow chances of getting a company out of all the companies are there here, but we still have like a strong chance in that case. Do academic okay? Do academic LORs hold more weight than company LORs?
It depends actually, because if you are specifically talking about your research projects and that is your USP that you of the projects that you did in your college, so definitely the academic LOR would be beneficial in case you have done some very good project from your company, and more importantly, the amount of time you have spent your company. If you have spent only 2-3 months and you are getting a LOR from that person, so it won't matter that much. I mean, especially they want to know a person or a colleague or someone who has worked with you or above you for many time, and he knows what you exactly are.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if like, anyways, if you're working for 2 years, the university is expecting a LOR from the employer.
And I guess three are sufficient. Three LORs are sufficient.
Yeah.
You don't need four LOR.
To do MS in US after BCA, Abhishek Devanshi, I'm not sure about that.
It actually depends on the branch you are targeting also.
No,
Because
but if you like, after BCA is 3 years of study and then 15
exactly,
years of
because
total
the kind
education.
of course you are going to do in MS require a background that might not be that much in BCA courses.
Hi, but do you have work experience or immediately started MS? I took a gap year and then started my MS. I don't have work experience. I have internships with me. Do you get scholarships? If so, how much? You get scholarships in the form of TA, RA, and graduate assistantship. There is for Fulbright scholarships as well, but that is too difficult to get, and only extraordinary students get it. TARA ship and graduate assistantships are the one for AIM. I've already made a video. You can check it on our on my channel. Akshat, best university for mechanical engineering in US.
There's not a best university you can say. I mean,
Couple of like three
people
top
say that
three.
MIT, Stanford, yeah. But I think in the end comes down to what exactly area are you looking, even in mechanical engineering. I mean, in terms of biomechanics, in the California region, San Diego is a very good hold. If you come down to specific mechanics or automobile, some other university will have. So in the end, it boils down to the kind of research groups and the professors are there. So I would say that 3-4 universities in the topmost, they have kind of same ranking, and then on in the top 10 from 4 to 10, they are nearly the same. So you cannot specifically say that this is rank 1, rank 2.
When you're enroll, what is the grace period for internship? Is it from next day you can start internship? No, you'll have to study 2 semesters in a US university.
Yeah, only then you can.
That is why there's a problem in spring semesters. When people go for spring semester, they only have 1 semester of study and they cannot do internship right after the summer which they come. Like right after the semester, there's a summer, so they cannot do internship in that. Biomedical department and research, how is it? I have no idea.
Biomedical department, although it is present there, but it's not that much good as compared to other universities.
And is it STEM?
Yeah, it does come under STEM, but not that much good of Purdue, I would say.
I would recommend you can skip that question.
No, I had salary that was way too enough for me, but less than my expectation.
Okay, how much is required for GRE and admit for industrial? Ishan ka score, do you know?
It was, I guess, around 314, 316. Something like
okay. How are career fairs for mechanical students of Purdue? Talk about industrial. I'll talk about industrial. It was crazy. Like I saw so many famous companies: Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Tesla.
Yeah, the thing is that if you are looking specifically for data analytics or industrial engineering, then specifically you should not focus on mechanical. The reason is that in Purdue, industrial engineering and mechanical engineering have completely different scopes. Industrial does not focus more on research, mechanical focus on research. And when companies come for their quality people, analytics people, they usually prefer industrial people. So like when we had career fair round, so around 360-70 companies came for engineering. Apart from that, if you put the filter of international students, so only I guess 20 or 23 were taking.
Really? That bad?
Yeah.
Out of 300,
350, yeah.
Only
for
20.
international.
Is there? I heard from Sudarshan that there is some kind of stop right now for
Yeah,
mechanical.
it basically is because most of the manufacturing is not the sector is not growing that much good, and most
Because
of
of
the companies are
automation also.
hiring for analytics. Most of the companies, they want consultants and analysts.
How's engineering management at Purdue? Is it under mechanical department? Is it under? I don't
No,
think so.
no.
I would like to ask one question that to get it automobile, what should I do rather than academics? But I am now working in any motorsports activities like Pajak Super. So what should I do now?
Uh, Automobile, I would say that in order to get into automobile, definitely some kind of level in experience in college would help, because that you can do to justify when you are looking for getting into a company, or you can start from a supplier, a small supplier, and then go into the main OEM.
By research, particularly in civil engineering, matter for getting into Purdue for structural. Okay, no, and yes, it research paper will add the positive side to your profile. It is not the only thing which will, out of the 8 people, 8 Indian people who came to 8 or 10, I'm not even sure, 10 people, only 2 of them have research papers with them. Most of them, they do not have research paper. They have a different kind of experience. They have lead certificate, they have OSHA certificates. So research paper is not the only thing which matters in structural engineering. It is probably your work and what kind of internships you did. Would you able to similar session for electrical? Jayesh, I'm trying to get somebody in hold for electrical, computer science, MEM probably, and industrial as well. Yeah, I've got less chance of directly going to MS after graduation due to very less CBA. What to do? Ayush, you can work for some time. That is the best way to
Or
compensate.
maybe work, if you specifically want to go into thesis work under some IIT professors
So
or
yeah.
NIT professor for 1 2 months.
Is TA reserved for PhD, MS thesis, or can MS
Not
non-thesis?
reserved, but we would say they usually
Prefer, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, some MS non-thesis also get, but it's actually hard because professor has funds and he wants to spend them on his PhD students.
Yeah, but if it's a TA specifically, then he'll look into your skills rather
Skills, yeah.
than your research
Because
skills.
RA is selected by
Totally.
professor.
Pure,
The
pure
TA is
research.
selected by the department.
Yeah. Does job experience give an added weight for getting admitted? Yes, it does.
It will definitely help.
Yeah.
It depends on what kind of things you are portraying in your SOP.
I would like to mention one question. Do you think that the company name affects that much?
Company name, I don't think that affects
You
much.
probably because you were from Mahindra, right? I have this question. I have a doubt.
Because people think that what was with me when I came, that I have a work experience from Mahindra, I had good research projects. So, but the thing is that most of the people, here, you have to treat like the university people do not know anything outside US. You have to assume that, because from our perspective we think that my college is better, it comes in top 10, and I've done in a company which comes in top 3, because most of the people here might know very less. The people who are going to mark you or give you admit, they don't exactly know that much about your country.
Yeah, you can mention if you want to do PhD after master. You should mention because you have a research interest. How is research focused in thermal sciences, especially in CFD?
Thermal sciences, I already said CFD. It's very good in terms of aerospace and mechanical department. Purdue has a very strong hold in thermal sciences, because it has earlier it is known from the industrial age that it used to make boilers. So very good laboratories and very good professors and research groups.
How to find out chances of getting into particulars? I don't know how to evaluate myself. The best way to evaluate yourself is ask a senior and see how he's evaluating you. When I apply to a university, ask them to send I-20. Can they take money for this?
Usually
they charge $70 for sending I-20.
For sending I-20, and that's completely up to you. If you want I-20 early, you have to pay that amount, or you can wait and they will send through a normal post also.
Yeah, but that also charges a lot.
Yeah,
almost
$25.
Okay. Is co-op allowed in Purdue? If not for Mac, maybe.
Yeah.
Co-op is allowed for every branch.
But the thing is that the only condition is you have to at least spend 2 semesters here.
Yeah, so after after the summer, you can do a co-op. So one of my friends from civil, one of my seniors, he's doing a 6 months co-op at at a company for as a civil engineer, and he's fine. He'll be finishing his masters by the summer, by the next summer instead of in May. But it's okay with him because he'll have a job after that. Industrial engineering scope in US.
Yeah, it has, as I mentioned, in field of analytics and consultants, definitely. Not exactly in manufacturing, but the
Is it
substitute
because
for that.
manufacturing is really
It's
automated now?
really automated, and more importantly, US does not focus that much on manufacturing, but they do focus on consulting.
What should be the minimum quant score? Minimum quant score 155, maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
One you can go like 155 is a safe score. Can I get some? I have no idea about GMAT. He doesn't have it. He took GRE, so IIT brand helps definitely.
Definitely, yeah, it
Everybody
doesn't even
knows
matter,
IIT.
matter
Everybody
if
knows.
if it's a new IIT, but definitely it
Yeah,
will help.
it should be an IIT. That's it.
Yeah.
How can I get LORs? I'm not the associate engineer. Will this matter in time of evaluation? So you just mail the professors that professor, I'll be applying to US universities and I'll be needing LORs from you. Is it? Will you be okay in writing
Yeah,
a
it
letter of
happens a lot. A
recommendation?
lot of my friends face this challenge because professor they didn't they were not in good terms with the professor. But if you mail, if you talk to so many professors, someone will definitely
Yeah.
help you. Yeah, it will be hard task. I mean, you will have to go to your college sometimes. A person had to travel 200-300 kilometers to reach there. So yeah, you have to do something.
What's the major difference between getting into top 50 and top 100? It's exactly what you can say if you're getting into an IIT and getting into a private university. Have I do have work experience? I already answered that. Lokesh, please don't spam. I was confused about the university. Choose on the basis of ranking. You'll be applying to all over the US. Don't go for a location based university. And anyways, if you're doing MS and if you're on your self fund, then a smaller place like Lafayette is definitely cheaper.
Cheaper, yeah.
Yeah. How do you find roommates? Through WhatsApp groups? As soon as you'll get an admit, you'll post that I've got an admit and they'll put you in WhatsApp groups.
WhatsApp
And
group, yeah.
yeah, that's how we contacted everyone. I wish to pursue my master's in renewable energy. Abhinav, okay, go for Nordic countries. I would really definitely tell you that go for Nordic countries: Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, probably Netherlands as well.
Yeah.
What about University of Pune? What about it? Does college brand matters in US? It does. Is it necessary to take thesis to get RETA?
For RES.
Yes, not for TA.
Not for TA.
We have college placement in US. No, we don't have. Everybody wish they had, but nobody has. I got a mail from Purdue regarding on-campus apartment housing. Is it cheaper? Is it different from dorms? Right? On-campus housing, on-campus apartment will be definitely expensive, for sure. I think it can go up to $600 in compared to 380, 350 or something what we are paying. I was confused about. Okay, shall I choose according to? Okay. What if projects or in which way should actually be explained? So okay, I'll tell you about SOP. I have already made a video. Maybe you should give it a look. There are 9 points which you should be focusing on when you are putting down your SOP. On also, whatever you did recently should come at top. For example, the college, you should always focus on your undergrad stuff more than your high school, because high school doesn't matter to anyone. Does reputation of the company really matters for Evergex? Do you have anything, Mahindra?
Somewhat, not that much.
Yeah, probably if you have worked for like Amazon, if you have worked for Amazon before, then it will matter.
Global company, then definitely it will help.
Yeah,
but not that much.
Hi Nikhil, what made you choose US over Germany?
First of all, the most important thing was my 3-4 seniors are studying in Germany, so the feedback I got from them was that most the difficult situation here there is that language. In the end, even if you do your masters or PhD very good, apart from that, in order to go to the job market, you need to be very, very fluent in the local language, because
German language.
Most of the times the documentation will be in that language only. It is a bit hard, so I thought that it would be better for me to hear. But some people do it. Some people learn their Germany before going there. Some people learn while studying there. So it's not that much bad, I would say.
Yeah, but I would recommend go check out one of the channels called Bharat in Germany. He's one guy, I've been in contact with him. So he's making videos regarding German universities. We'll probably make a video regarding a comparison why to study in US rather than Germany, or which is the better option to choose. I heard San Jose is good in terms of jobs, but its ranking. So it's because you are from computer science and West Coast is full of computer science. That is why it's probably good. Does work experience play a vital role in it? Bits I'm industrial. I'm not sure about
Yeah,
industrial.
in industrial it does depend a lot. Ishan's
Okay.
it helped him a lot. Internships that he did.
Okay, internships, yeah.
Internships, yeah.
And do internships like totally focus. I regret not doing more internships. I did 2 internships where I should have done 3 internships every summer for 3 months. That would have given me really edge, because I see all these all these people here like who are doing bachelors in building construction management. They have 3 internships in all the 3 summers. What is the effect of backlogs in admission?
It
Have you
does
had any
affect.
backlog?
It does affect. I mean, I've heard from people who didn't get any admit until unless you are able to justify what was the reason for that backlog very clearly, or maybe you have done something to compensate that later. Yeah.
So I had an F in my second semester. I mentioned really quickly, like really clearly why I had that and how I covered up and ended up with a scholarship in the last year. Is there any preference to NIT, IIT students? It's just the brand value.
Yeah.
My average CVGPA is if I get more than three. But we'll have to catch up a little.
Effect of backlogs.
Okay, yeah. How can I make fine?
What is effect of backlog? Thesis credit. Yeah. First thesis we have 9 credits, and for rest of the courses we have 21. So it's like 7 courses and thesis. That will be MS.
Shantanu, I don't think you'll be able to make. I'm not. MIT 330 is a little low for MIT. MIT takes up like 338 or something. For getting jobs in mechanical, which I should focus on location or university rank and the research going on.
Rank location will depend a bit, because if you get into lower side like
South.
North Carolina, there might be lesser industries. So if
I think Michigan has
near Michigan, like
Great Lake area.
Yeah.
So Michigan, Chicago, and Indiana, this area has a lot of industries. Forget and how to contact professors at Purdue. Mail them.
Yeah.
When does fall season start? When to appear for GRE if you want to go for fall admissions? Fall is September, August, September, and you'll have to take GRE. I made a video. Please check out that video. Kunal, for Nick. Oh, I forgot what was your question, Kunal. I'm sorry. Do you know? And what about MS in civil structure engineering? Ronak, what about it? Is there college placements in US? No, there's no college placement. What are the different specializations in available in mechanical?
There's a lot: solid mechanics, fluid, thermal, robotics, also laser. They work on laser also here, and literally everything you can imagine except for biomechanics and biomedical. They are working to get it.
Yeah. What after completing 2 years in US work? Does thesis and non-thesis makes a big difference in getting job? No. How many projects needed for foreign intern here in US? I'm a first year student at NIT. Probably intern every summer, every time. Better, yeah, that'll be better, because probably you also saw during your industrial roundtable. Everybody has 3 internships. How can I get scholarship in MIT with average CGPA? You'll have to have a great other profile. Cumulative of 8 is a bit low, because all the other people who will be applying will have GPAs of 4 and crazy projects, like GPA of 10 and some great projects. I have my GRE on 5th of November, TOEFL on 15th. So it's 25 days before 30th.
I don't think so. Most of universities, when I applied, they had their deadline, I guess, around in the first week of December. You should.
Really? For me, it was like later.
Mechanical, it varies from department to department. Also.
Yeah. How many projects needed? Okay, we had status. I've completed my bachelor's in mechanical, published 3 papers, two. What did they say? And one more.
Society of Automobile.
Okay, I want to pursue. Should I opt for Mac? Go for
Yeah,
automobile,
definitely.
right?
No,
No.
specifically if you want to go for automobiles, and I would say prefer University of Michigan Ann Arbor, because they have very good and CMU. They have very good courses, and specifically in automobile. Rest of the universities don't have a specific one in automobile. So
What is the difference between industrial systems and industrial engineering? Have any idea?
industrial, no, I don't
No,
have.
good university for industrial now, GRE. Akash, Akash, there's like, can you comment on that profile
Yeah,
328?
because in the end, if you want us to evaluate your profile, it depends on what kind of thing you are looking for. I mean,
I think Akash,
your
I'll cut.
profile is good, yeah, but
Yeah,
it depends on what are the profile of other candidates that are also applying with you.
yeah, but at least okay. Do you have like a list of mechanical universities which you applied to?
Like I applied to UC Berkeley, University of Michigan Ann Arbor, NCSU, and Arizona and Purdue.
I think
Yeah,
everybody applies to Arizona. It's like the safest
safest
university
for
here.
international.
How many projects needed for? Okay, I have two researchers, but not in the field of data science, in which I want to apply. So
They don't help you that much, although they might be able to justify that you have some research background or research skills. But yeah, they will be able to help you a little bit, but
yeah,
not that much. In the end, they want to see what kind of things that you have done, because while going to undergrads, they look for your
specifics.
specifics, and when you are applying for your master, they see what kind of background do you have, because they don't want to teach you everything from the basics.
In the first week, I met. Okay, I'll tell you in the next time because we are really slacking off in the questions. How good is UFL for construction management? UFL is good. I applied for UFL. There's a STEM course in UFL. Just apply for that. If there are not many jobs in aerospace, what are the aerospace doing after they
PhD,
graduate? PhD.
most of the 90%.
Yeah. So I one of my roommate's friend, he did his aerospace masters in aerospace from University of Illinois. He didn't end up with a job. Even if he did end up with a job, the company said that we cannot hire you because we cannot give you H1B sponsorship. That's why he's doing PhD here. How many projects needed? How credit hours need to MBA? We don't have any idea. Suggest some. Akash, can you mail me whatever you typed here, and I'll forward it to Nikhil, and then he can revert back to you whenever you're free. How about future scope of automobile in US?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, apart from Tesla, Faraday Future, and new companies, battery supply companies like Ocean, they are trying to really get into the US. Although the most of the things here in terms of manufacturing will be specific to Tesla only, they will import from China. But yeah, in terms of research, renewable energy and batteries, the thesis I'm working on, it's really great. It's
You're
going great.
already working on a thesis.
In research rechargeable lithium ion batteries, chemomechanics of
Hi,
battery.
Parth, this is Vishwan. Do you have any info regarding agriculture?
But agriculture is really one of the topmost in US of Purdue, topmost
Okay. How
agriculture.
do you know this so much stuff?
Because one of my friend, he was in agriculture, so he applied for Purdue. So he was telling me that one of the
Okay.
topmost in Purdue.
Do companies in civil engineering prefer international students? Yes, they do. I mentioned how many companies before. Like, there are a lot of companies which is hiring international students. MS in automotive, how much scope you think there is? Also, what are the mechanical engineering streams of job possibilities?
Automobile engineering is good, but not that much good, you can say. But mechanical engineering, most of the thing is happening in computations and data analytics in US.
Bro, I've applied for F1 visa and I'm going for my graduation. Ritik, okay, congratulations. How much GRE score? Oh, how much GRE score for ECE to get into Purdue? ECE, do you have any friends from ECE? No. Hi guys, I'm interested to do my masters in aerospace. I found the job opportunity minimal, so I wanted to do my masters in ME.
You
Please suggest.
the thing is that the best part about studying in US is, even if you are in one department, you have a lot of flexibility to choose subjects from other departments also. So in case and more importantly, the domain of ME and aerospace, they overlap a lot. So I don't think that would be a problem. Yeah, the in the end, the thing comes down to, you will not be able to work in aerospace industry, but using those same tools, you can apply in somewhat similar mechanical industry for sure.
Uh, Okay, so I've chosen business analytics course, but how to get deep information about my course?
Mm,
You'll know after going to the university, I think. Talk to some professors there, and then I'm last year civil engineer students. I'm wishing to do MS. Which branches should have if I'm not going with construction? So there are a couple of it's there is renewable energy. There's a masters in structural, geotechnical, water engineering, transportation engineering. These are the four which are common except for CM. You can go for any one of them, whichever is interesting to you. Moni Deepa Gupta, I will request, can you please arrange a separate session for biomedical? I have no idea who from anyone from biomedical. Does Purdue offer biomedical?
I don't know.
Work in formula is for 1 year counts as a project or a work in.
It actually is more kind of a volunteering, because until unless you have achieved something, achieved in the sense of you have made something, you have done analysis of
Extraordinary or
something,
something.
like you have made a fuel tank or something like that, or you have won a competition. I don't think that you will be able to represent it better. You will just be able to say that, yeah, I was part of this. I mean, people are part of so many mechanical societies. It won't count according to me that.
Yeah, which is better, mechanical combustion or industrial operations?
It actually depends. Mechanical combustion, people think that there's not that much scope, because there still is a lot of scope in terms of heavy engines for ships or jet propulsions. They definitely are not going to turn into electric anyway soon. These are two completely different things. Industrial operation research is more related to time study and management and analytics. Mechanical combustion is more into the technical and mechanics of this combustion system.
Hey Nikhil, what do you are specializing in?
I'm specializing in chemomechanics of lithium-ion batteries.
Anything about industrial? I'll ask somebody to come for industrial engineering so that you can ask all the industrial engineering related questions that time. What colleges and stream do you think will be helpful for me getting into electric?
It won't matter that much. I mean, most of the times I've heard that companies like Tesla, for my friends who got internship there, most of them got from Berkeley or around, because it is mostly in the West Coast, so they prefer nearest topmost colleges. But also from UT Austin and Texas A&M and NCSU also people have been hired, and Tesla came here also, although it was for industrial. So it won't matter that much. I mean, if you're good, you'll definitely get.
My transcript may not reach the university before deadline. I think it'll be okay if it reaches after the deadline,
You
but
should mail
not
them.
too late.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
at
mail
least you
them.
should, on the safer side, mail them that there's some problem with the college, so I was not able to send them.
Bro, you always talk about MS. Please talk about the students who are going to do graduation. What? Yeah, Ritik, I already answered your question, right? Is there any form of internship work which I can do in the first sem itself? I mean, start building
No,
experience.
no.
After
No.
first, not first sem, but first year, you can
First,
do an
yeah,
intern.
yeah, because it will be against the F1 visa rules.
No. He's asking about his own college, I think.
Okay, yeah, you can do anything in
But
India.
yeah, in
That's the
India,
best
you
thing.
can work
Yeah.
like during your studies as well.
But not when you are here for the.
Yeah, in US the work rules are different. I'm about to complete my BTech in Meg. Do you I stand a chance getting into master's degree in data science?
It depends on background, the research experience you have.
Hey Parth, this is Vishwan. Do you have any regarding agriculture? No. What is the average GPA required in bachelor's to get into IE? 3.0 is like the required cutoff for every branch.
Every branch, yeah.
Were you guys affected emotionally while you were staying there alone? No.
We are not staying alone.
Yeah, there is. Nobody's staying alone.
Yeah.
There's always a roommate or somebody with you.
Yeah.
How good are job opportunity interns in CFD in upcoming years?
Yeah, they are great. They're really great.
Please tell about MEM. I have no idea about MEM, Master in Engineering Management.
Okay.
I'll try to talk to somebody and talk to people about this. I'm having average cumulative of 8, and what else to do with GRE score and profile to make into MIT? Shantanu, I'm sorry because I have a friend who's going to MIT next fall, I think. And his GPA was 3.98 or something out of 4. GMAT score was 700 over 720 or something. That is how he made it to MIT. GPA also matters a lot because all the competitive people, like all the people who are applying instead of you, will also have a GPA of a 4 or like 3.9 above, something like that. Best state in US for data science.
Definitely the California side.
West
Yeah,
Coast.
West Coast.
I'm applying for F1 visa and I have applied only in one university. So will it be a problem? No, it'll be okay. Also, I have a query that I've completed my civil in June this year. I have my GRE in second number. I have TOEFL on GRE. I'm planning to do internship after that. Fine. Do a 6 months internship after this whole process. Which major did you select? Nikhil, probably.
I told.
Mechanical. What is the scenario of? Okay, resist again. It happens a lot of time. Slow down on the question, guys. We'll try to. Yeah. Is it okay to contact professors before applying?
Yeah, it depends if you are applying for PhD. For master, it won't be of any value.
I'm applying for F1 Okay.
Campus job. Campus jobs, we are told that there's a fair.
Yeah, I'll make a video about campus fair with some campus jobs with some
mechanics for job purpose and research. It's good.
And is it true that the current scenario for mech is not so good?
If you compare to last 2-3 years, definitely there's a fall in mechanicals, but that's because when people talk about mechanical, they talk specifically about automobiles. If you talk in terms of other, even in the electric business of things that are making batteries, they are hiring a lot of mechanical. So mechanical has such a large domain that you cannot always run out of options.
Okay, with 10 backlogs in B, civil and CM possible at Purdue. No, CM construction management. I am not sure. 10 is a lot. Yeah, then okay, if you have paper no Revit as well as Primavera and 315 GRE, Preetham, you can totally apply. It's like a 50-50% chance. If you get in, you get in. 10 backlogs won't affect if you have cleared everything and you have already internships and experiences as well. And I won't apply for fall 18.
Yeah, actually the thing is that at the time of application, the thing that you have, I mean, in terms of
that
job experience of interview, that will be counted.
But during your job interviews, everything which you do is will. Prashasti Mishra, what was your profile? Mine or his? What needs to be done to get RATA fighting MS in mechanical physics?
See, for TA, usually CGPA that you earn here, it is the cutoff. For RA, you have to talk to professor.
CGPA for TA?
No, they actually they make a list with respect to CGPA and they allot TA. I mean, at least in my department, that's what senior told me. And for RA, you have to talk to professor. If a professor feels that you have the potential to carry on his research, so he'll give you.
Should we go for part-time or full-time? About what?
I think he's talking about course. Yeah, obviously full-time course is.
Part-time are for like executive people who are working and stuff. Is there a good scope for MS in e-commerce in the US?
E-commerce, I don't know.
What's the difference in part?
Nice.
तो शोले का खबर.
Nice. कौन है? We are not aware of any. We don't know. How do we get to university after we land? See, these are kind of things that you get to think about later once you get the admit.
Yeah, try focusing on the admit right now.
Just get the admit. Robotics, very great opportunities, and robotics, lasers, batteries, very great opportunities.
What needs to be included in the financial affidavit required during application? You
required during application? No.
During application, okay. Some of the universities actually ask. UIUC and Purdue also ask. You can put in.
Yeah, maybe.
You can put in, but it's not necessary. It's not mandatory thing. How's material engineering in Purdue?
Great in terms of
research. Yeah, if you want to go for PhD and not work, go for it. Great. Even for R&D departments, probably.
Yeah, very well.
BS, MEC to MS data science. What are the odds?
MS data science, it depends actually. Most of the people who come from consultancy, they might have better job experience projects.
Prathamesh, we already answered that question. CGPA 9323, no papers, chances of Purdue high. Abhinav, this is for Shreya. Abhinav, can you please suggest good universities that renewable energy electrical? How's it over there in Purdue?
It's the same thing as I told earlier. For renewable, you should definitely prefer Europe, because here, in terms of renewable, they will just talk about batteries or something like that.
It's
I mean,
bad. It's bad.
it's bad.
It's
Yeah.
Hi, Parth. What is the scope of signal processing and networking for jobs? No idea.
EC guy might know.
Is it better to shortlist universities based on job locations? What method
It
is
should be a mixture, I guess. I mean, if
ranking and job locations are both
yeah.
matters. Yeah.
If you have university who vary 2-3 in rank, but they have very one is having very good job location, so definitely will go for it.
How's the university Magdeburg? I have no idea. Which university is best for thermal sciences?
Thermal sciences, I mean, you cannot specifically say. Most of the top 10 US universities, they have worked in thermal, because thermal has been carrying on from industrial age. So there's not specific university you can say. You should check their research page, the research groups that they have in thermal, and see what kind of work they are doing. You'll get to know.
Do you want to take like a 2 minutes break or just finish off? We will finish off in like 10 minutes. We are sorry if we cannot cover all the questions because there's a lot of questions we are still slacking off. I'll try. I- I'll probably have one more live session with Nikhil if he's not busy in the coming weeks. But I'll have like a live session with somebody from industrial or CS in the next ones.
Industrial, we answered that. Emotionally, I don't think so. In a bit, but then you get so much indulgence in the coursework, you don't have time for that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have time for anything. I would basically like to know. I would basically like to know research work and internships in Purdue for civil engineering, and do VIT also hold the good name states? I know a couple of people from VIT who are in the states. It'll be okay. It is just like any other private universities. I would basically like to know research work and internships. Okay, for civil engineering, be specific. I am civil engineering is a wide topic. So even for bachelors, they have a specific course for building construction management. Ask me related to structures of water if you want. Brother, can you please answer mine, Elba? This is
agriculture is very best, but we don't have that much idea.
That much
but
idea.
it is brilliant from in Purdue.
Purdue, can you tell me, does agriculture come in this STEM? I don't think so.
No, it's separate.
Can you tell me which specialization is best for mechanical for getting jobs in US?
We answered that.
Okay. CS. Hello, Badish.
Agriculture.
किस किस को ऐसा लगता है कि
ठीक है लगता है.
The current job process, mechanical engineering, dynamics and control.
Dynamics, yeah, dynamics and control definitely is a good field. It is clubbed with robotics in most of the courses here. So job prospects are really good. I mean, because it overlaps with the robotics.
Can you answer my question, Vishwalan? We already did about agriculture. How do you manage all expensive? So as of now, I'm not working, but he's working as a grader.
Grader under professor. I check assignments of BTech people.
Yeah, and how much are you getting paid for that?
I think it's around $8
per hour.
Yeah. And maximum 20 hours.
So do you work 20 hours almost every week?
No, 15
something. So that's like what? 120 into 4, yeah.
Some tax they also deduct. I don't know.
Oh yeah, tax. So everything you earn, it's just not that you'll have a tax deduction on that. I'm in 5th semester now. My branch is mechanical, and I'm very specific about MIT. What is the project should I do now for? Shantanu, I'm sorry, we are not capable of answering that question because MIT.
You can ask someone who's currently in MIT.
Let me see if I can get in contact with somebody who's from MIT. Let me actually see.
Study MBA, we don't know. CS, we don't know. ASU wanted to. Safe in the terms of, I'm saying, for me, it was safe because,
even for me, it was safe.
The profile that I compared with people who had earlier got admit in ASU. That's why I'm saying, I mean, I had kept NCSU as safe. And Texas A&M, I was keeping it safe, and I got rejected from Texas A&M.
That was so good.
Yeah, so I mean, it just depends on your profile to profile. For every person, this level of safeness can go up or down. I mean, there was one person with me. For him, Purdue was safe. Yeah, so it depends.
Depends. If you have a score of 330, Purdue is safe. Do you? Okay, do Purdue ask GRE score to get an admission for CS? For CS, it is recommended, it is not mandatory. It's same like in UI UC as well. It is recommended, but it is not mandatory. What is your profile and did you get it from
Profile, I
CMU,
said
UCB, UMIC?
2 year work experience in
How many
R&D,
admits did you get?
and I don't actually remember. But yeah, actually
It's
the thing
okay.
was that I got CMU. I didn't apply. University of California, Berkeley. I got reject. Michigan Arbor. I got reject. But I got admit from Purdue, ASU, NCSU, and University of Toronto, Delft.
Nice. Why didn't you go? Oh, I got
Delft.
to admit from Delft as well. I didn't
Aerospace
go.
structure and
TU Delft.
material. Yeah.
How are the jobs for US in mechanical? I heard because of the Trump effects. We already answered that. Puneet, best softwares to learn to add for MechStream.
Console, first of all, basic is MATLAB. MATLAB is a must. Apart from MATLAB, if you want a console or Abacus, yeah. NSYS they don't use that much. SolidWorks is
What
also not
like
used.
tell them the softwares which will
MATLAb,
get you a
MATLAB.
TA.
No, the thing is that MATLAB is the basic software here. I mean, any kind of work that you want to do, MATLAB is completely necessary, at least in every mechanical course. Abacus is something of analysis. If you take FEM course or machine design course, it will be helpful if you learn that.
Hi Ashna, you as a being a civil engineer, you can go for geotechnical engineering, water, transportation, or structural engineering. There's so many people just faking their scores. I mean, who's faking their scores? Can you tell me this? I'll make a video regarding spring semester. Let me find somebody who came in the spring semester and talk to them and compare like how's fall and how's spring semester. It's. Can you please tell me MBA? I have no idea about MBA. So Purdue's management school is not does not come under STEM. That is why MBA courses they don't have any courses which are STEM. Not even MIS. So again, this guy is not even. Should I
Control,
block him?
dynamics control. Yeah, it has a very good, I would say, job prospectus at least. Especially nearest Cummins, they have a very good hold and work in this field. Yeah.
Let's just finish it. We are already done. No, are we?
Mm,
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. Arindam, can a civil engineer do switch to industrial? I don't know how you'll manage that. What are good universities for robotics other than CMU? Do you have any idea about robotics?
This one. See, the thing is that our department says that I don't remember exactly that maybe 3 or 4 courses minimum that we have to take from our department, 2 courses from math, and rest we can take from any other department. So most of the people here, what they do maximum 2-3 courses from ME, minimum 2 courses that they have to do from mathematics department, and rest they take from aerospace. Total for if you are doing your thesis, then along with thesis you have to complete 7 courses in 2 years.
Put user in timeout. This Divyansh and the other Divyansh I'll put. They're just messing up. Like, there's no. I have. Done. See what spam they're throwing off. How food is good? How good is food if I take campus housing? If you take campus housing, you'll not have money for food. It's expensive, and the food also, if you buy anything, it'll be expensive. We'll just end up the session here. It's already too late. Okay, we'll do like so just a little quick update for the 57 or 56 people who are here. I'll do a couple of live sessions in the coming weeks from CS, from industrial, from somebody from electrical, also somebody from CS. Let me talk to people and let me get them here. The live sessions happen every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Thanks everyone for coming. Thanks. I'll thank Nikhil for coming. Probably in next 2-3 weeks, I'll ask him to come again and talk more about mechanical engineering. It's difficult to find everybody, like everyone, because some of them are not free. I talked to some of the CS guys; they were not free on the Tuesday because they had some other labs or something. But I'll try to do that. Thank you so much, guys, for showing up. Just hit the like button if you thought that this was useful. Yeah, Ruchi, thank you. Thanks, Rakesh. Go get somebody from MEM working on that. Let's see who. Niket, yeah, you're welcome. Puneet, thanks, Nikhil. Thanks. And sorry for any of the questions which we couldn't answer. Awesome. Take care, guys. Good night. Well, Shubham will not answer any more questions anymore. Please do CS related. I'll try my best. I'll try. Do you know anyone from CS? I know a couple of people, but they don't have time on Tuesday. Yeah, we will have to find. Yeah, no problem. Take care. All the best for your GRE, TOEFL, whatever you're taking for your shortlisting universities. Consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet.
Yeah.
Bye.